It's something amazing, never have in your life again. I hope to live.
I would be silly not to take that, because I would end up in a better position taking that fight than if I didn't take that fight. If I win, I'm a world champion, I've smashed records, I'm a millionaire, superstar, XYZ, yeah? And if I didn't take that fight, then I've still gone and tried in my best.
I wasn't expecting it to be announced today, but it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I've had a lot of media asking me my opinion of it today. It is what it is. I think on one side, you have to understand the business of it.
Turki Alalshikh announces Daniel Dubois versus Moses Itauma fight, and the boxing world is buzzing. Dubois is making noise about his comeback, but the real question is, can he handle the pressure when he steps in with Moses? Itauma's rise has been electric, and for Dubois, every round from here is a test of survival.
So, Daniel, you're in the office for a meeting. Is there some fight news coming soon?
Yeah, big news announcing soon, so, you know, I'll let these guys talk about it, but I'm going to be well up for it and we're coming back.
Frank and Sam were excited for Daniel's return.
I'm more excited by his t-shirt.
Yeah.
Big news. It's going to be a tough fight, good fight, quality fight. Everybody's going to love it when they hear it. It's a big fight.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're excited?
No, I'm 100% ready to go.
Daniel Dubois talks about taking the next step, but the real challenge isn't just climbing the rankings. It's surviving Moses' storm. Dubois can dream of belts and glory, but Moses has already shifted the heavyweight spotlight his way. If Dubois truly wants that second crown, he'll need to prove he belongs at this level.
We're going to go in for this next step.
Who is next? Is Moses Itauma on the horizon?
All the guys in the heavyweight division, yeah, they're all, the guy, especially the one who has the belts, and, you know, if the belts fragment or whatever, stuff like that can happen. Whatever way I can become two-time heavyweight champion, that's where I'm going.
But then Eddie Hearn steps in with a reality check that flips the conversation on its head. Eddie Hearn isn't convinced Moses should be thrown into a massive test this early. But that's exactly what makes this fight so electrifying. At just 20, Moses has the fearlessness Dubois lacks. While Hearn plays cautious, it almost seems ready to tear through the division and silence every doubter watching closely.
Or he might knock him out. I don't know. But personally, at 20, you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test. Yeah.
Moses Itauma shows rare self-awareness here, openly admitting he needs experience in the later rounds. Yet, he still believes he's more skilled than Usyk. That confidence at just 20 is frightening. If Moses sharpens his endurance, his speed and technique could dismantle even the division's most established champions.
We're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me, because I've never been in that.
And as the hype builds, Tony Bellew delivers a statement that sends the entire UK boxing scene buzzing. Tony Bellew nails it. This isn't just another heavyweight clash. It's a generational battle. The UK boxing audience is hooked, and the stakes have never been higher. Moses represents the new era. Dubois fights to prove he belongs, and the entire country is watching history unfold.
I think this fight's just gone took another toll.
It's absolutely grabbed the public interest now to another level, isn't it?
This is quite simply the biggest fight this country's ever seen.
It's going to be huge.
Adam Smith places Moses just outside the heavyweight elite. But that's exactly where the story gets interesting. Moses is only 20, yet he's already being mentioned alongside names like Usyk and Dubois. That alone speaks volumes about his raw talent and frightening potential. While Smith claims Moses isn't ready yet, the pace at which Itauma is developing suggests otherwise. With blistering hand speed, natural movement, and ruthless finishing ability, Moses could easily leapfrog contenders faster than anyone expects. Dubois might be considered slightly ahead today, but one wrong step, one bad round, and Moses will seize that spotlight without hesitation. The gap between not ready and unbeatable is closing fast, and Moses Itauma is accelerating towards it like a freight train.
When is he ready? I think he could beat most heavyweights in the world, with the exception possibly of Usyk and maybe Dubois, possibly AJ. The top 3 or 4, he's not ready for them yet.
Adam Smith sums it up perfectly. Moses Itauma is a nightmare for heavyweights. His exceptional footwork, unmatched range, and lightning-fast counters make him almost impossible to figure out. Commit to an attack and you'll get punished. Hold back and you'll get walked down and dominated. That tactical versatility at just 20 years old sets Moses apart from almost everyone in the division. Fighters like Dubois rely on raw power, but Moses blends precision with controlled aggression. A rare combination in modern heavyweight boxing. When a seasoned analyst like Smith calls you a puzzle, it's not a compliment. It's a warning to the rest of the division. Moses isn't just another prospect. He's a dangerous problem no one has solved yet. Problems.
The problem with Moses is that his feet and his distance and his range is so good and he's so quick that if you commit to the punches, you're going to get countered. And if you don't, you're going to get backed up and taken out. So it's a real puzzle. There's not many heavyweights that are southpaws. Obviously, Alexander Usyk is, but he's moved up into that domain.
Tony Bello raises a valid point. Size has often defined heavyweight boxing, but Moses Itauma is proof the game has changed. He may not possess Usyk's technical mastery yet, but his natural talent, composure, and ring IQ are undeniable. At just 20, Moses demonstrates the kind of adaptability that separates champions from contenders. Bello's comparison to Usyk isn't accidental. He sees in Moses the same ability to overcome physical disadvantages with skill, speed, and intelligence. Dubois might have the bulk and knockout power, but Moses has something far more dangerous: unpredictability. In a division ruled by giants, Moses represents a new breed. One built on finesse and flawless execution. Bello isn't hyping him up for nothing. He knows greatness when he sees it.
I'm worried about with Moses is the size. But ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Alexander Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Alexander Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent.
Amir Khan, however, warns against pushing Moses too soon. Amir Khan sounds a note of caution, and he might have a point. While Moses Itauma looks destined for greatness, throwing him straight into a clash with someone like Usyk could be a dangerous gamble. Khan knows better than most what it's like to be rushed into huge fights without proper experience. For him, the priority is building Moses carefully, sharpening his tools, and preparing him for the elite level step by step. But here's the twist. Moses himself has never shown fear of the challenge. Where others see risk, he sees opportunity. That mindset separates future champions from nearly men. While Khan wants patience, the boxing world might not wait. With Dubois looming and Usyk's reign questioned, Moses could be forced into the spotlight sooner than anyone planned.
Oh, but you don't want to fight Usyk. I mean, I think it's too early for that. Why are you going to spoil someone's career? I mean,
Carl Frampton acknowledges that Daniel Dubois has improved, but even his praise feels cautious. Sure, Dubois looks sharper and stronger than before, but history shows he struggles when the pressure peaks. Against Moses Itauma, there's no room for hesitation. Dubois might be more dangerous now, but Moses brings a level of skill, speed, and mental composure that's unlike anyone Dubois has faced before. At just 20, Moses fights with the maturity of a seasoned champion, constantly adapting and controlling the pace of every exchange. Frampton calling someone a genius carries weight, but even he stops short of fully backing Dubois.
Why?
Because he knows the difference between looking better and being untouchable. This fight isn't just about strength. It's about composure, tactics, and heart. And in those areas, Moses already looks miles ahead.
Dubois is certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was. So he does have a chance to win the fight, but in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury.
Tyson Fury doesn't hold back, and his words carry massive weight. According to the Gypsy King, heavyweight boxing is now a young man's game, and Moses Itauma embodies the future. Fury boldly predicts Moses will wreck the division's veterans, including Usyk, AJ, and Jung, suggesting the new generation is ready to take over. For Fury, Moses represents something different: youth, hunger, and fearless ambition. In a sport where power once ruled, It's now about adaptability, speed, and intelligence. 3 qualities Moses already has in abundance. Coming from a former world champion who dominated his era, this isn't casual hype. It's a passing of the torch. Tyson knows how quickly an old guard fades when raw young talent bursts onto the scene. If even Fury sees Moses as the one to dethrone the current elite, the entire division better take notice.
Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told